Yo, what's up, everyone? You're welcome. Okay, I believe everyone can hear me. I just need to make sure my mic is okay. Please, can you hear me? If you can hear me, confirm that you can hear me. Confirm that you can hear me, please. And if the sound is too loud, I can reduce the sound. Also, I need to. So let me take the sound to 10 and let's make sure we're on the same pace. Okay, you're welcome. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. Because I can see here myself. Okay. Aha. So where are we? Where are we? If you're joining, kindly smash the like button. Like the stream. Like the stream and share the stream. And I hope you guys are doing good. 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 Can I get a yes in the comments? Can I get a yes in the comments? Let me get a yes in the comments so that we can start, because we have a lot to discuss today. We have a lot to discuss today. So can I get a yes in the comment? Just one yes is okay for me. One yes. Okay. Okay, good. So let's start. Let's look at the marketing review. So the marketing review, what happened today and what we should be expecting tomorrow. What we should be expecting tomorrow. Very important. So the market has been so cool and the market has been so good so far for me. It's been going just the way we expect. And remember, on Sunday night, I told you guys what you should expect in the market. And the market is going that way. And one beautiful thing I think I like about gold is that the moment gold notice what people are expecting, the expectation of people, gold goes against that. And on Monday, everybody, if you were online, everybody was expecting gold to sell. Everybody was expecting gold to sell, but gold did not sell. Instead, gold consolidated at the top side, which was beautiful. So, and that consolidation, I expected that consolidation. And you guys remember I said Monday should be your indicator for the week. So Monday is an indicator for the week. And once you know what's going to happen for the week, then you will now move into the week with Monday's target. So, but today I'm going to break the chart down for you to know what's about to happen in the next 13 days, because the monthly candle is about to close in the next 13 days. You are going to know what's going to happen this week, and also you can set yourself up to know how to trade for the rest of the market. So now, looking at what we are getting right now, the market is holding real strong after this displacement we got right here. This is a major displacement, which I love the displacement that happened here. So we got an FVG right here. The FVG is very solid. You can see how the market is holding really strong at this FVG. But before we move into that, there is something I want to show you guys. I want to teach you guys a secret on how gold moves. This is one secret which, if you understand this in gold, you are going to be a friend of gold. So let's say this is a movement that is currently happening on gold, right? So and we have this. So now when you look at this, this is a major displacement right here. This is a major displacement right here, and this is our FVG. So we are going to call this our FVG level. This is our FVG. Okay, remember, I believe that everybody knows what an FVG is. This is not a beginner's class. This is an advanced class which I'm taking you right now. So this is an FVG right here. Now this is what gold does, because you know gold has one major movement. Gold does manipulation, consolidation, then expansion. That is one thing with gold. Manipulation, consolidation, then expansion. That is what gold does. So now this is one thing you need to know about gold. The moment we have this FVG right here, let me name it. Let me give it a name. So FVG. This review we are doing today is going to help you a whole lot for you to trade gold anytime, any day you want to trade gold. You will have a full knowledge on what is about to happen in gold with what I'm about to show you today. So just pay attention to what I'm about to show you. This is going to help you in every trade you are ever going to have. This is going to help you in every trade you are ever going to have. Believe me. So now this is our level. This is our FVG right here. This is the FVG we have right here. Now this is gold moves, man. This is gold movement. Gold does like this. The moment there's an FVG at that level, gold goes like this. Okay, it goes like this. Okay, now once it comes into this FVG, if the market don't reject around this FVG, if we have consolidation around this FVG, then that simply means that is not the end of gold's movement. It's going to move to the upside. So we are going to have this consolidation around this FVG level. Okay, that means gold is going to move to the top side. It's a sign that that FVG is solid. This is a sign that this FVG right here we have is very solid, because the moment gold is consolidating inside an FVG level, that is a sign that gold is going to push to the top side. That is a sign that gold is going to push to the top side the moment it is consolidating in a level. That's why trading gold, XAUUSD, welcome. So trading gold has to do with patience. Gold doesn't give that opportunity. I think it should be my network, because my network had a rain in my area today, so it should be my own network, not yours. It should be my own network, but I don't know if it's okay. I don't know if the network is back. If the network is back, please just let me know. Let me confirm if my network is back. Okay, I guess, okay, yeah, it's back now. Okay, cool. So now, gold does one thing. And that one thing gold does is that gold manipulates. Gold doesn't just move. It does not want to give anybody opportunity. So you need to learn the manipulation of gold. You need to learn the consolidation times. Gold always consolidates. So you need to be someone who waits. You are patient enough to wait for the consolidation period. Immediately the consolidation is done, you attack. So this is the way I trade. I don't just jump into trade all the time. Okay, we're back. Yeah. I don't just jump into trade all the time. I wait. I trade from the monthly down to the weekly, then down to the daily. That's the way I trade. And that's the way you should approach gold. You don't approach gold all the time. Okay, so this I show you right here is how gold moves. You see this? This is going to help you in all of your gold trade. If you understand this, you will be ahead of most of the traders out there. You'll be ahead of most of the traders. The moment you understand that whenever gold start consolidating in an FVG level, that is a sign that there's going to be a push to the top side. But before gold moves, it will take out all the liquidities below, all the liquidities it has already created below, then to move to the top side. So this I show you right here, we're going to see it in real action in the current market we have. So I'm going to show you in real action. So now, before we move on, I always want to review the monthly candle. I also want to review monthly. I want to review the weekly, and I want to review the daily, then down to 4 hours, all the way to our entry level, because that is the way you should always approach market. I'm showing you the way you should approach market every single day. You need to know if what we are getting is still in line, if it's still going to happen. Okay, so now back to monthly. This is an FVG level we have already right here. This is an FVG, which gold is sitting on that FVG. What is it telling you? From that example I gave you, it just showed you that this is a solid level for gold to still move to the top side. So that means gold is still what? Is still bullish. So we are still going to remain on a buy zone. And this is our target level for the remaining buy zone. This is our target level. Exact. I'm not struggling for this level. I'm not struggling. This is it. You need to follow the trend. What is the trend? The trend on monthly is showing bullish. So you cannot be selling on an upward trend. You can't just be selling. So, and we still have 13 more days for the monthly to close, and which is the beautiful part of everything. So we still have 13 more days for the monthly to close. So our monthly is showing us that the market is still bullish for the meantime. But while we are still waiting for that bullish movement, we also need to be on guard, because anything can happen. But according to the technical analysis, the market is still very much bullish to the top side. Now let's drop down to the weekly level, because while we are dropping down to all the whole time frame to see what's happening. Now remember, on Sunday I showed you a level where we are looking at for on the weekly before we start looking out for a buy level. We are not in a rush in this market. And before I move, let me identify this. I want to identify this to be this is an FVG level. So, and I'm going to call it our monthly FVG. So I'm going to call it monthly FVG. So this is called monthly FVG. Okay, so that's our monthly FVG. So now we have a monthly FVG, and that FVG already showed us what's about to happen. This is another major weekly displacement we just have on gold. And you have to pay attention to every displacement that gold creates. Every displacement level is a level that gold will like to retest. So this is another weekly displacement level, which we are expecting gold for the week to come and retest before we move to the top side. Very, very important. Now I'm gonna mark this this weekly level also. So, and I'm also going to name it weekly FVG. If you understand this, I'm telling you, you are going to be way ahead of every retail trader out there. Remember, I don't teach you retail mindset. I teach you the elite mindset. I'm not about to show you what the retail people do, how the retail trader think. No, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm teaching you how the elite, how the hedge funds, how the banks, how they think. You need to be a person of patience for you to trade like them. You need to be a person of patience. So now, this week we have not taken any trade. This week we have not. Why haven't you taken any trade this week? Because we are waiting for these levels. We are waiting for. See, it's beta, because this is a market of survivor. This is a market of survivor. You are coming into this market to survive. You are not coming into this market for you to lose your money and then you are left with nothing. And that's one thing gold does. Gold will want to take everything you have. Once it take out everything you have, then it will now move to that direction where you're looking at. But as an elite trader, as someone who is trading like the hedge funds, who is not with the crowd, but who is with the big guys, you wait. It's all about patience. Wait for that level. Remember, this month we are not taking a sell. More especially this week, we are not taking a sell until the end of the month. So this is a major displacement. You can call it displacement or expansion level. So we saw this move to the top side, taking out all the whole weekly. Remember, this is a weekly level. We draw down all the way from the monthly down to the weekly level. So this is a major movement we have here on the weekly, a very big displacement. So it now turns to our FVG. So what do? We are waiting for market to come in and pick this liquidity right here. And what I showed you last week is still on my YouTube channel. You can go there and see it. It's playing exactly the way we spoke on Sunday into Monday. Yeah, I told you that market is going to come into the 50% of the monthly FVG, and this was what I drew. I drew this line. So from here, let me draw it one more time. This line right here. A moment. When you understand this, you are going to be so confident in trading gold. When you understand this, your gold trade is going to be with confidence. You are not going to be scared again whenever you want to enter gold trade. You are so certain of what you are doing. You're going to be certain that this is what I've seen, and you stick to that thing you've seen. Remember what I said, gold is all about manipulation. First of all, it does consolidation, manipulate, then expand. That's how gold does. And gold takes a lot of time to consolidate. Gold takes a lot of time to consolidate. And the moment it expands, it wants to expand without anybody. It wants to expand all alone. And the moment gold expands, people are not feeling like, okay, I want to, like gold is going to continue the movement, but gold will not continue again. Gold will not calm down. It will not start cooling off. And that's what we are seeing right now. Remember, the last 2 weeks, we had a major movement of gold. And a lot of people would have lost in last week and this week because they feel that gold is going to continue what it did last 2 weeks. No, gold is not going to do that again. Gold is now cooling off. And after that cool off, you will see it to take off one more time. And I'm probably this week we are in, I might expect gold to fully cool off this week. So, but let's keep seeing. But you know, our strategy is that once gold drop into this level, we start attacking, start buying, because this month we are buying onto this red zone, and this red zone is going to be the level where we start selling gold down back to this level. I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you everything I'm expecting on gold. And remember, this is my personal opinion. I'm not telling you to do exactly what I'm saying, but if what I'm saying makes sense to you, thank you. If it's not making sense, make sure you do whatever thing you feel like doing. So now this is the weekly level. Now let's drop down to the daily level. Let's drop down to the daily level. This is where the thing gets more interesting. This is where it gets more interesting. Now, on Monday, everybody, Sunday into Monday, everybody was expecting gold to sell, which was right here. Everybody was expecting gold. Gold is going to sell. Gold is going to sell. But that wasn't what happened. And I like what gold did, what gold does. What gold does is that gold knows psychology of the human traders. Gold knows exactly what the people out there are thinking. Gold knows exactly what the humans are thinking. So gold is not going to move that way. Gold is going to go against what you're thinking. But it's still going to go that way. So first of all, it's going to manipulate. After the manipulation, it will still go in your direction. So on the weekly level, let me adjust my line. This line right here, I want it to be on the 50% of the monthly FVG. So this is the 50% FVG. I want it to be right there. Yeah, cool. So this is the 50% FVG. Let me name it 50% FVG. 50% monthly FVG. So this is our 50% monthly FVG level. That is where we are expecting gold to drop into before we now start taking the move to this top, because this level is the monthly displacement top. So let me name it also. I need to name it so that everyone you know where we are going. So this is the monthly displacement top. That's just what I'm going to name it. So monthly displacement top. That's here. So that's where we're expecting gold to get to before we start selling. Okay, cool. So now on the weekly level, we're expecting gold to drop into this level. So you can see the first liquidity being created, the second liquidity being created. So that means we are expecting this other liquidity to be cleared before we now move. So now this is an FVG right here, and this is an order block right here. Is everyone with me? Please, can you hear me? I want to be sure that everyone is with me, that my network is still together. Are we still together? Are we still together? Are we still together? If you're there, just say yes. I just want to see that yes. Okay. I know we are together. Okay, so now this is a 50% FVG. This is the 50% monthly FVG level, and this is my weekly. Thank you. This is my weekly FVG level. So I'm expecting gold to drop into this level, and you can see we've created the liquidity, a liquidity right here. This liquidity zone, gold, others are sitting right there. There are buy orders sitting right here. So gold need to take it out, fuel, and this is going to fuel the top side movement for gold. So I'm expecting gold to pick this liquidity, all this liquidity right here. They will now move up, and this is an order block right here, which you can see, and this other block is going to hold real strong for gold movement. And now gold dropping into this level is not now. I'm not seeing gold dropping into this 50% weekly FVG level yet. Why? Because a lot of people are going to be waiting for the buy zone right there, and gold is not going to come. Gold always wants to see what people are thinking. That level where you are thinking gold is going to get to, for you to start your buy or your sell, it might not get there, but it will get there. But it will not just gold has a lot of different characters, which you have to stay for a very long time to learn how gold reacts, the characteristics, the attitude that gold brings into the table. For everyone who wants to trade gold, you must learn how gold works. And one thing I'm doing for you is to show you how gold works. I'm showing you exactly what I've seen for years. This is not just what I just come up with. It's what I've seen played out like all the time. And we are seeing it play out already. Okay, good. That war. Now, the ongoing war which is happening is where we're going to see the move all the way down. And you know it's going to affect oil. It's going to affect other prices. But if the dollar is weak, then gold is going to push to the top side. So that means we want to see the dollar weak, being weak. After this gold analysis I'm going to do now, we're going to go into the dollar and see how dollar is moving, and also see how the oil is moving. But you know, gold and oil is always in a different movement, and also gold and US dollar is always in a different trajectories. So if the dollar is going up, just expect gold to go down. If the dollar is going down, expect gold to go up. So we're going to look at that. But let's get done with this gold analysis and to know where we're expecting the market to go to. Okay, so these are 50% monthly FVG right here, which we're expecting gold to clear out this liquidity. This is the liquidity right here, which I'm expecting gold to peak. Let me be sure I'm there. Yeah. Okay, so this is the liquidity right here. These two liquidities, we've created another liquidity right here on this weekly daily level. So this is another liquidity, and gold should pick out all this liquidity. Once we clear out this liquidity, you are now setting up for the next buy zone, which will now take us all the way back to the monthly closing level. So from here now, I'm expecting around here, or probably around here, then we'll now go all the way to this top before we now drop down. This is my own take on gold. If we don't hold this level, we are going all the way down. Probably the war you are talking about cannot start pushing gold price all the way down, because we still have liquidities down that it should peak. So we still have liquidities down, which I'm going to zoom out and you're going to see. So let's go to 4 hours. You can see how I move. I move from monthly, I move to weekly. When you analyze like this, you are always going to be ahead. And this is how the hedge funds, this is how the banks, this is how these elite guys, this is how they think. Whenever they are doing their trade, they don't just rush into trade like the retail traders. The retail traders, they want to trade. I didn't trade today. I didn't even click a buy. I was just watching markets. I was doing other things. I was just watching market. That's all. And you see, starting the first time I went online, I told you guys trading has to be boring. Trading has to be boring for you. It's something that has to be boring. So why is it boring? I didn't trade today. I was just watching market. I was just watching the boring movement of the market. I was just watching the boring. It's boring. So it has to be boring for you for it to make sense. If it's not boring, it will make sense. You see? So we have been watching a boring market since Monday. This is Tuesday. We are watching a boring market. And that's beautiful. But we are waiting for something. That's the amazing part of it. So now, I'm expecting gold to drop into this level, first zone. So we're going to go into the 4 hours time frame. So now clean. 4 hours time frame now is making more sense. So you can see we have an order blocks right here, arrays of order blocks. These are order blocks right here. We have an FVG level here. We have an FVG level here. So we are expecting gold to drop. This is a liquidity. Fuel that liquidity all the way up. This is a liquidity right here. This is an FVG. So, and we do not want gold to displace on this FVG. Let me show you guys another trick which you need to watch out for on gold. The moment you see a major displacement on an FVG level, forget about it. It's going to keep going down. The moment you see a major displacement on an FVG level, market is going to reject that level. It's going to reject it. So before you cannot start see, I'm going to keep coming live until we take our trade. I'm going to keep coming live every night until we take our trade. So the moment we see a displacement, a major displacement around this FVG, do not enter yet. You need to see accumulation on that level. You need to see that level accumulate. Accumulate. The moment it accumulates on that level, wait for the displacement, then let's attack. Attack all the way to the up. See, we are not retail traders, and you need to stop being a retail trader. You need to start trading like an hedge fund, or like the banks, or like the big guys. And I showed you a diagram last time. I showed you the retail traders, and I showed you the elites. So we are not in the retail group. We are in the elite trading group. And that's how everyone who is following me, that's the way you should start trading. You should start trading like the elites. Don't trade like the retail trader again. You need to start being profitable. And the way to be profitable is to make trading boring. Period. Make trading boring. So what I said is, we need to start seeing gold dropping into this level and consolidate. The moment it starts consolidating around this level, then our entry level starts. That's where we can now start entry. Now this is a liquidity. Gold should come and pick out this liquidity, clear out all this liquidity, then give us the entry level. That is where we are expecting this stop. Now remember, the monthly candle, I can for sure tell you that when we are able to catch this monthly candle here, monthly trade here, you can hold it for the rest of the month. I can confidently tell you, when you catch that monthly trade, you can hold it. Now, this is not a financial advice, please. That is your choice. If you want to hold it, hold it. But I'm telling you what I'm seeing, and that's the way gold reacts. So this is the 4 hours level, and I've shown you what is going to happen. Now remember, I'm going to post this video on YouTube. You can go back and watch it. Now remember, before we can take this trade around this 50% level, we want to see gold start consolidating around that level. We don't need to see a displacement. We don't need a displacement around this FVG level. This is an FVG, this is an FVG, this is an FVG. FVG level, we don't need a displacement around that FVG level. We need a consolidation. The moment we start getting that consolidation around that FVG level, we start attacking. We start taking our buy entry. That's the one that will now fuel it all the way here before we can now start selling the market. You can see it. Now let's move all the way back to 1 hour, because I like going from 1 hour, weekly, daily, 4 hours, monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15, all the way to 5 minutes. That's where I do my chart, and that way I get clean everything I need, and we are good to go. So now 1 hour is showing still an arrays of other block right here. So around here we need to see a consolidation. I think, let me make this very clear so that when you can understand what I mean. So around here, let me just move. So this is a liquidity. Remember, this is a liquidity. So around here, we need to see gold consolidate so much around here. We need to see. Oh, so sorry about that. I hope my network comes back. So we need to see consolidations around here, massive consolidation around here. So before we now see displacement, manipulation, then we now move up, all the way up. So if without this accumulation right here, if we don't get this accumulation right here, just wait. Do not enter yet. If you see a displacement around here, the moment market comes like this, remember this is an FVG level and market drops sharply like this, do not enter yet. Don't enter yet. That is still a sign that gold is going to drop. Do not enter yet until probably it's going to come and clear out this liquidity right here, and then come into the weekly FVG 50% before it now manipulates, before it now consolidate. You need to see a consolidation inside an FVG. You need to see a consolidation before we now move up to the top side. Remember, our target is all the way top. Now, I believe this is showing you how gold works. This is showing you how gold operates. This is helping you to understand the characters of gold. And when you understand this, you're always going to come out successfully inside gold. You're always going to come out real clean inside gold. This is the way I approach gold. You don't need to trade like the retail traders. You don't need to be impatient. You need to be patient in gold, and more especially if you trade gold. You need to be patient if you trade gold. So market is coming right cool into our own level. So now let's go into oil. Let's see what's happening in oil. I barely touch oil, but because of the war and because of the fight, so that's why sometimes I look into oil. So now remember, the first thing we do is to look at the monthly level. Very, very important. We look at the monthly level to see what's happening on monthly. Then we drop all the way from monthly, weekly, daily, then down to 4 hours. So for those who trade oil, most of the time oil is 60% to 70% fundamentals. Oil is 50% and 60% fundamentals before we now talk about technical. So technical on oil is not mostly advisable. So most of the time you need to follow the news to know what's happening to actually be able to trade oil very well. So now we already have the war coming in, and Trump saying that he's going to bomb Hamas and the rest of it. So that's a sign that we are still going to see oil moving to the top side. So if oil is going to move to the top side, it's a sign that gold is still going to drop. So you can see it. So the war is going to come up, it's going to push oil price up, then we are going to see gold drop. You can see it. So everything is still working in line with our strategy. Okay, let me make sure that, hold on, I can hear that people can hear me again. Can you hear me now? Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me now? If you can hear me, please just identify if you can hear me. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me now? Can you hear me now, guys? I see that others can't hear me. They say they can't hear me. Can you hear me now, guys? Can you hear me? My network started going off. Oh, okay. I think my network went off. Let me fix my network a bit. I don't know. Starlink is just not what they say it is. Starlink is actually not what they say it is. They say Starlink is one of the best. I think I just need to go back to MTN Fiber. MTN Fiber, I think MTN Fiber is one of the best. Better than Starlink. Can't hear me still. Can't hear me still. Okay, what do we do right now? I need to. How about now, guys? How about now? Let me pause the sound to make sure that the sound is no longer on. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me Okay, can you guys hear me now? Is it good? Are we good? Can you hear me? I think I just heard that it's back. So let me be sure so that I don't need to go. Okay, good. Let's go. Okay, so now let's go to oil. Let's go to the oil now. Okay, good. Okay, good. Now, as I was saying, oil is 60%, 50 to 60% fundamental. So you need to learn how to read news into your charts. And this is one thing you don't get to learn on YouTube. I've never seen a video that teaches people how to read news into the chart. And one of these days, I'm going to show you guys how to read news into your chart. So oil is more of fundamental than it is technical. So you need to learn it, learn how it works. So now monthly candle shows that it's already coming to this volume imbalance, and it's retested on that level, then pushed to the top side. So if the war which is going to happen is still going to happen, that means we're going to see oil moving to the top side, and we're going to see gold dropping massively. So this is just an easy way to read news into your oil chart. So there's nothing really much I'm going to talk about oil on the technicals, because it's not easy to read oil with the way the manipulation on the war and the rest of it happen. But pay attention to the news level on oil. But now let's go to the dollar level. So the dollar level is a part where I love so much. And so now let's go on monthly level on the dollar. So you can see on monthly level on the dollar level, you can see I even drew a trend line on the dollar. So you can see we have an FVG on the monthly level, and that FVG rejected. I think I just saw something right here. So you can see this is an FVG, monthly FVG on the dollar, and you can see how this just the monthly level tap into the FVG, then rejected. So that is a sign of weakness on the dollar. So if that's a sign of weakness on the dollar, which was what we saw in the last 2 months, and gold actually pump on that level. So if this is still a weakness on the dollar, then dollar is going to drop more, then gold will go high. But if this, which is here, a morning star, is going to close around here, let me zoom in so that everyone can see it. I need to zoom into this level. And remember, this is a monthly chart which I'm on. So this is monthly. So if this closes right here, you're going to see oil move up and gold sell. So we are still looking at gold on the monthly level to be a sell next month. So we are expecting a sell next month on gold, and we are seeing the dollar consolidating around the 99.3 level. 99.3 level. So dollar is still consolidating around this level, which is showing that dollar still have the plan of going up. So if dollar is going to move up, gold is going to drop. So if this is closing around here like this, that means we're going to see the dollar go up and gold is going to drop. So let's drop down to weekly. Remember, we cannot trade the dollar here, but we'll just use it as our indicator for whatever thing we're going to do. Okay, now you can see this is weekly consolidation on dollar. So dollar is showing the strength of moving up, and you can see we have an FVG right here. We still have an FVG right here. Don't ignore FVGs. When you see FVGs on major levels, do not ignore FVG levels. FVG levels are something you shouldn't ignore. It's very, very important. So you can see this weekly FVG right here on the dollar chart. And we can see how it's retested and bounced back, retested, then bounced all the way back. So we are seeing it coming back again. And if it's coming back again, then gold is going to drop. This is just very simple. So you use the dollar as your indicator on how to trade your gold. More especially, they work both in hand, because the more the dollar is going down, gold is going up. Gold is going up, dollar is going down. Very simple. You see, so this is how I read my own chart. I read the dollar into the gold to use it as an indicator to do my trade. Now let's go down to the daily candle. Let's go down to the daily. So you can see we have an FVG right here too again, which is, this is on daily. We have an FVG right here. So that means we need to see the dollar come up around this level, and consolidate. Remember what I say, whenever you see an FVG, if a market is consolidating around that FVG, then there is a higher chances that it's going to break out to the top side. So we have the displacement, and gold, dollar is going to come into this level. If it consolidate around here, then we are going to see it coming back to this level, which means there is a bigger chances we see gold sell. So I think that's the marketing review for today, and we are having the expectation for gold to drop for us into this level. Gold drop for us into this level so that we can start taking our buy trade. Do you have any chart you want me to look? And again, one more thing I want you guys to see. A lot of people don't even look at this. The platinum. The platinum is one thing that not everybody trades. So I think I want to start adding the platinum into my trade, because not everybody trades. So it respects technicals more than the way gold does, and it does not consolidate like the way the gold does. Gold consolidates so much, but the platinum doesn't consolidate so much like the way the gold does. Yeah, so I will start looking into the platinum to see how I can add it into my day-to-day trade. So I just trade gold, Nasdaq, oil, and platinum now. That's the way I do my trade. So guys, that's that for this. And one more last thing I want to tell everyone is that always be patient in your trade. Do not be like the retail traders. You don't want to be like the retail traders. You don't want to be in this cycle. Let me give you that analogy I did last week. So I need to do this analogy one more time for everyone to see. Just one more time, give you the analogy on how this market works. So now, these are the retail traders right here. I don't know why my chart is not picking up. Okay. Audio is gone again. Audio is gone again. Audio is gone again. Starlink, what are you doing to me? This is very bad. Okay, guys, I think we are going to catch up. It's also showing in my chat that audio is gone. Okay, my take on Nasdaq. So I'm going to show you what I'm thinking on Nasdaq just right now. Just give me a moment. I'm going to show you my Nasdaq thoughts, my take on Nasdaq. Okay, so, and this is us right here. Remember this. In everything you are doing, make sure you remember this. Retail traders, the smart money guys. So this level, the retail traders feel like they are the ones who are controlling the market, but they are not. So, but what am I showing you? I am showing you how the smart money guys, how they think. So these are the retail traders. The retail traders feel like they are controlling the markets. The retail traders feel like they are the one pushing the market. They are not patient. The retail trader is not patient. The retail trader want to enter every day. The retail trader want to trade every single move. The retail trader want to do everything. But the smart money guys are always calm. They are the ones who you don't see online. They are always calm. They are not always in all the whole trade. They are waiting for move. The moment the market is about to move, that's when you see them. They don't trade like the retail trader. So what I'm about to show you, what I've been showing you, is how the smart money guys trade, not how the retail traders trade. So I'm trying to drag you out because some years back, I used to be with the retail traders. I used to feel like we are the one who are controlling the market, because when you come online, you are seeing them out there. They are making noise. They are shouting up and there, feeling like they are the ones who are controlling the market. No. So what I'm showing you now is how to be in this group of people. They don't make noise. They are always calm. This is what I'm about. This is what I'm showing you all the while. And it's high time you move away from being a retail trader to being among the guys who are the smart money guys. That's what I'm. So let's go into someone asked me to do analysis on Nasdaq. So let's look into Nasdaq. So let's look into Nasdaq so we can now wrap off today's. Can you hear me, everyone? Please, if you can hear me, just let me know. I learned that my network went bad again. Can you hear me? I learned that my network went bad again. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, guys? If you can hear me, just let me know so that I know we understand. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now let's look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq is going so beautiful also. And one thing I think I've noticed about Nasdaq is that Nasdaq doesn't move in line with gold most of the times. So it just move in line with whatever it feels like it's doing. And you make sure you start from the monthly level. Look at the monthly level. You can see the FVG level. Nasdaq came right into that FVG level. They rejected, which is a sign that Nasdaq is going to sustain to the top side. So you can see how it came into the FVG on the monthly level. It rejected it. Immediately it rejected when we had the candle closing above that level. Yeah, I will surely change it back to fiber. I think I'll go back to fiber instead of being on Starlink. Yeah, I'll go back to fiber after today. But I'm going to post this video on YouTube, and you can just fast forward to the ending part. Fast forward to the ending part and then get the rest of the part where you miss. Okay, so now this is an FVG level on the monthly. Now remember, we are traders who don't just look at a lower time frame. We'll look at the bigger time frame. From the bigger time frame, we'll drop all the way down. So you can see how the market tested this level, then rejected all the way back up. So which is a sign that market is sustaining to the top side. Now dropping down to the weekly level, we can see another FVG right here, a major FVG right here, and market is coming right in again, which is what we're expecting on gold to actually happen. So we're expecting this to happen on gold, and the same thing is about to happen on Nasdaq also. So that means Nasdaq is also going to move to the top side. We just need this FVG to test. And remember the trick I showed you. There's a trick I showed you, and that trick I showed you is that the moment market is coming into an FVG, you don't want it to displace. You want it to consolidate in an FVG level so that it can reverse back up. So when market is reversing back down into an FVG, you don't want it to displace. You want it to consolidate in that FVG, then reverse back up. So this is what we are also expecting on Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, this is a major level here. Right here, we're expecting Nasdaq to touch this level. Once it touches, so we expect Nasdaq to go all the way back up. So looking at the monthly, already we are seeing this liquidity zone being cleared out. You can see this liquidity zone is being taken, so which is a sign that Nasdaq is moving to the top side. So we've seen the first liquidity taken out, second liquidity being taken out. So Nasdaq has shown a sign for the top side. So, and this is another liquidity right here into this FVG level. So this is a 50% weekly level. So let me name that 50% weekly level. So 50% weekly FVG. So you want that 50% weekly FVG to come in, or this liquidity right here to be taken out. Now, I don't do more of trend trading. I do more of ICT kind of. I incorporate ICT into my trading. Yeah. So what I'm showing is mostly ICT techniques, and it works most of the times. It works like 90% of the time if you can know how to apply them into your trade. Yeah. So now we want Nasdaq to drop into this level. This is a liquidity right here, which Nasdaq should come and pick. Let me name it liquidity. So this is a liquidity level which Nasdaq should come and pick before we see it going back up. So Nasdaq drop into this level, coming to weekly 50% weekly level, then we cannot see Nasdaq going up. This already liquidity which Nasdaq already cleared, which means there's a change of trend here. There's a change of trend, and that change of trend is a big sign that Nasdaq is going to sustain to the top side. Then I think that's basically what it's all about. So if you can, one again, I think most of the time I just draw my trend. Not that I rely so much on trend, but I draw trend, and most of the time trend works. I'm serious, trend works. So we might even see Nasdaq coming and touch this trend, which means you remember the break of trend, retest, then all the way back up. So trend still works most of the time. Let me show you. Trend, up, retest. Once you retest, then up. So that is the trend trading strategy. So for me, on the long term, I'm seeing Nasdaq still being bullish. I'm seeing Nasdaq still going up, and this is a level where I could expect Nasdaq to come into again if I thought it doesn't hold here. So I barely trade Nasdaq because I stick more on gold, but this is what I'm seeing on Nasdaq. Nasdaq is still bullish on the long run. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to post this video on YouTube, so make sure you go back to YouTube and rewatch it again if you don't understand most of the things we shared on this. And if you have a question, my DM is open. Go ahead, shoot me a question, and I can answer. But every day, I come live every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So then on Sunday, we make a review for the week, for the month, and for the week, into the week, to know what we are going to expect into the week. So guys, see you again in the next one. And if you are trading, make sure you trade carefully. Be patient in all your trade. Trading is all about patience. It's not about trading like a retail. Don't trade like the retail traders. Trade like the smart money guys. See you in the next one.